Can anything survive the North African desert when the sun is at its fiercest? It's approaching midday. A fringe-toed lizard is hungry. He's on a stakeout. Flashy scales reflect some of the sun's rays. Nevertheless, the heat is almost unbearable. His prey hasn't left home all day. The lizard is the last animal still out on the dunes. But even he can't take it anymore. To survive longer, you'd need a spacesuit. And in a way, that's what these insects have. Silver ants' armored skin reflects light. They can tolerate temperatures that would kill any other land animal. Even so, they can only survive for less than 10 minutes in the midday sun. Time is precious. The ants race to find food as soon as their predators go to ground. They can't afford to waste a second getting lost, so they spin to take a bearing from the sun. They log every change of direction, every footstep, in order to know exactly where they are and where their nest lies. Only 4 minutes to spare, and they found a victim of heat stroke. A meal. But it's going to take a monumental effort to get it home. Minutes to go, and they're nearing their maximum temperature, an astounding 53 degrees Celsius. But there are already casualties. One minute left, and they're not going to make it. Something has to change. The silver ant is the hardiest of all desert inhabitants. Even so, it can only survive outside in the middle of the day for a matter of minutes. This is the tale of two of the Africa team's most challenging desert expeditions. One focused on a minuscule creature with an incredible turn of speed. The other on a subject so slow, to film it in action would take years. In both cases, the Sahara would push crews to the limit in pursuit of the perfect shot. In Tunisia, the mission is to capture footage of moving sand dunes, something that's never been tried like this before.
The problem is that because the dunes move so slowly, we're going to have to leave cameras here for about 20 months, and that just means there's a huge potential for things to go wrong.
And with filmmaking, if something can go wrong, it usually will. Two local shepherds, Amour and Nasser, have volunteered to tend the equipment full-time. The camera tower will be the tallest structure for as far as the eye can see. And there are 3 other cameras at lower angles. All this toil will yield surprisingly scant results.
So we've programmed the cameras to take 1 photo every day. That's only 365 photographs a year, which when you run it at normal speed, just over 14 seconds. I think it's taken longer to explain what's going to happen, and the end result will actually be.
The cameras are left to the mercy of the sun, wind and sand. In the meantime, crews are shooting all across North Africa. In Egypt, the challenge is to get into the world of the most heat-tolerant desert animal, the silver ant.
They're really small, they're really fast. Like, you're not too sure if you've seen an ant.
The crew have 3 weeks to gather the footage they need.
We're going to try a tracking shot on this ant nest, moving forward towards it as the ants pour out of the hole in their millions.
Not only are these insects super fast, they also keep antisocial hours.
The thing is, we need to be out here in the middle of the day to film these ants. They don't do what they do when it's nice and cool at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
I can't remember ever being in a place where the wind was so relentless and the temperatures were so high.
The insufferable heat is not the only problem. Dangers are everywhere.
Ooh! There's a really fat scorpion. It's really big.
1, 2, 3.
This might kill.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's big and have a lot of poison in his dark thing.
What, that thing there?
Yeah, oh my God! Don't touch it!
The scorpion will be released far, far away from the camp in a shady spot. No such luck for the team. They're back to work in the midday sun.
This is too much. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Indeed. The heat seems to have given Kat and Warwick a touch of Saharan madness.
The plan is to do an experiment. To find out how fast these little ants can run.
So we're going to lay this along the floor and hopefully an ant will run alongside it and we can film it at high speed.
And from that, calculate their speed and perhaps try and relate it to how fast that would be for a human like me.
Silver ants are expert navigators, using the angle of the sun to calculate their position. But for our team, even basic mental tasks are becoming a challenge.
Count a second. When you see one running and then count a second.
It's quite difficult to count a second, isn't it?
No, it's 1.
1. Yeah. There he goes.
He's gone 10 centimetres in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
But we're running at 500 frames a second, which is 20 times normal time.
Yeah.
So in fact, he's covered those 10 centimetres in... We know that he does half a metre in 1 second.
Half a metre per second, yeah.
50 centimetres in 1 second.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So how many body lengths is that? He's maybe doing 5 body lengths a second if he's 2 meters tall like I am.
Are you?
Yeah, that's how much more than a normal man I am.
Eventually, the duo decide that if the silver ants were our size, they'd be doing 280 miles an hour. They're one of the fastest sprinters in the animal kingdom.
No wonder we've been struggling to film them.
It does explain a few things.
Athletics.
Knowing the exact speed of the ants is all well and good, but there's still a great deal of work to be done before the shoot finishes. However, in Tunisia, there's no shortage of time, and hopefully no news is good news as far as Amour and Nasser are concerned. The final week in Egypt, and the crew seem to be adapting to life in the oven. Practice is making perfect, and the sequence is coming together.
I think we've got some lovely shots. Every single shot's been really hard-earned.
But getting down in the ants' world is now taking its toll on the kit.
It's running to stand still, the business of blowing dust off these things.
Oh no.
It's got dust in it. Oh, crunch. I think these ants are stunning looking. Near impossible to film, I think, because of the speed they had. But, you know, I've come to love them over the days and weeks.
With the sequence in the bag, Warwick wants the final traditional sunset shot.
It's the best time of day to film sunsets, in the evening. That's experience that tells me that. I've been doing this for years. You learn these things.
Thanks to Warwick's experience, including sunsets, he and Kat have captured the extraordinary life of the speedy silver ant.